Today's episode of Dungeon Crawlers Radio is brought to you by Gamers Inn, your one-stop location for all your gaming needs. Located in Lehigh City, Utah, their fun and friendly staff will be more than happy to answer any of your gaming needs. Just remember, Gamers Inn, it's where adventures begin.
Time to power up.
Autobots, roll out.
Broadcasting live from the DCR studio.
Oh, yeah!
The Geek Revolution starts here.
Excellent!
Get ready for the #1 hit geek radio show out there.
Well, it is impressive, isn't it?
Because it's time for Dungeon Crawlers Radio.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
All right, everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dungeon Crawlers, where you have got to catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon.
But apparently everyone that went to the convention couldn't.
Pokemon convention, I don't choose you. Wow.
They caught nothing.
So, while we were off air, Scott was talking about this convention that apparently happened that I had no clue of, and neither did
I had no clue
Baron
either.
or the other people here.
Yeah.
But just before we start, I just want to throw this out because we are at the Watchtower Cafe in Salt Lake. We're recording live right now, but it's not live. You're hearing it later, but we're recording from here. Check it out. It's really cool. Second you walk in, there's like DC paraphernalia everywhere because obviously the Watchtower is the satellite up in space, and that's where the Justice League hangs out.
They do have a caution sign because in Utah we have to say whether we're a bar, not a restaurant, or a restaurant, not a bar. And they have, this is a bat cave, not an Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
So I want to be able to point that out.
It is also licensed as a school for gifted youngsters, not a Brotherhood of Mutants.
That's
Yes,
important to
it's
know.
pretty awesome.
It's very important to know. Yeah, it's a great place. We love it. They have a lot of cool geek paraphernalia. It just really feels comfortable too.
You know, it's more than just
We're
a
sitting on
coffee shop,
couches
though.
right now, though.
Oh yeah, we're sitting on these very wonderful couches.
They're
They've got
plush, they're comfy.
some very nice upholstered booths right next to us here, and it's more than just a coffee shop though. They've got a lot of the art on the wall here is for sale, and it's not like outrageous prices next to it either. They've got comic books out there for
They've
sale.
got Star Wars action figures out there for sale.
They have coffee mugs and collector's glasses, and
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is definitely a neat place
So
and
for those
worth
of you
checking
that haven't
out.
been here, come check it out. So it's 1588 South State Street. I'm just going to throw that plug there, so there we go.
No, that's fine. In fact, I believe that Corey was saying that they have a Pokestop nearby.
They have a Pokestop nearby, so of course Scott is going to pull it up, even though I gave up on this game long ago.
I don't know if anybody heard
Only
that.
really bored people play this game.
So, should we talk about the convention?
So tell us about this convention that we didn't hear of, that sort of existed but didn't really exist.
No, it existed.
It's like McKay being here on the show. He's sort of here, but not really.
I miss McKay. McKay, come visit us. Yes, the Watchtower Cafe, I can confirm.
But he's got to pull
Is
himself back
actually-
together like Bumblebee did
Yeah, I
in the
mean
fifth Transformer movie.
he's already like a big pile of goo.
Yeah, remember? I had to sacrifice him and explode to come back through the time stream.
Yes, you had McKay goo all over your hat.
I did.
Remember.
But, he could be like Bumblebee and still pull himself together and reconstitute himself and come
Pull
back.
yourself together,
Like
man.
the Sandman.
Yes.
He just
Yeah, Sandman.
or was it Clay?
Clayface.
Clayface, that's right. He's the other one.
But Sandman's better. A better analogy.
he
because
is.
Clayface is just dripping everywhere.
He's kind of gooey all the time.
Are you dissing on Clayface? Because Clayface is way
Dissing? Absolutely not.
Clayface is awesome, especially in the DC card game. The deck building game.
But can you
he
imagine having him over to your house for dinner?
I
I mean,
see
you'd have to
Clayface
wash
versus
everything.
Sandman.
Ooh, that would be a tough
Clayface
one.
would win. He's clay.
Yeah,
He's
but
sand. Clay. He can solidify himself up to rock, and then thus trapping the sand within him.
or would the sand trap the clay?
Nah.
No, I don't know about this one. Because I can see
Because-
Sandman putting up a pretty good fight.
You're right, but then Clayface manipulates himself into a bulldozer and just busts through or something like that.
But does he
But
have
then-
that kind of control?
Yes.
I think it's really a control question.
But couldn't Sandman technically do the same thing?
I was under the impression that they're very similar. That they're
All right. Here it is.
I almost
we
feel
are
like
now
their powers
going
are the
to
same.
create a debate.
We've just tangented.
And one of you will take
goodness.
Clayface, the other will take Sandman.
Right now?
No. Next week.
Okay, then I'm gonna take Sandman. I'm gonna take the Dance of Sandman.
I'll take Clayface.
All right, yeah. Okay, good.
And then we'll make Mackenzie be the ref.
Ooh, how do we know that she is not already tainted on this?
Good question.
We're gonna have to find.
But this ultimately becomes a DC versus Marvel.
It is,
It really
which
does.
is why I say, how do we know she's not tainted? Because if she is a huge Batman crush that I'm unaware of, Clayface is gonna win.
Oh, everybody has a Batman crush that nobody's aware of. Come on.
I don't have a Batman crush.
No, there are some people who have Batman crushes that many people
Well,
are
I'm
aware
not gonna
of.
speak anymore.
Batman's cool, but he's not that cool. Sorry.
I'm with him on that.
I think you're both nuts. All right.
He is better than Tony Stark, though.
I could see that.
All right. So let's move on. We got to get
Okay.
back to this
Right,
convention
right.
that never happened.
Right,
because
the convention that showed up.
or is that the whole point? We just
So the
quit
people
talking
showed up.
about
We
it.
just quit talking about it, just like the convention just quit happening.
Yeah, I think that's basically what happened. No, the convention happened. People flew out there. People got hotels. They showed up, and they couldn't log in. The whole point of the convention was to unlock like these legendary bird Pokemon for the world. Actually, if they could beat them there, then they would be unlocked throughout the world. And as people got there, they could not actually log in to play the game. And so, as the CEO,
That just tells you how strong and legendary these birds were. They were so strong, they were blocking everyone from
They
logging
blew out
onto
the
the
server.
internet.
they killed the servers. Yes. No.
Servermon, I choose.
No.
Got captured now. There's no server.
They were so massive and so strong, they took up the entire server.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So it was so bad that when they announced the CEO to come out on the stage, he was introduced to boos. Like the entire audience was boo. You can see this on YouTube. Just like people were jeering him as he came on the stage, and they started chanting, "Fix the game, fix the game." And so in response to that, they said, "Now we understand. Everybody will automatically receive not one but 2 legendary birds. We're going to release these 2 legendary birds to the rest of the world, and everybody here will get 100 Pokecoins, or $100 in Pokecoins." And that's all they did. Now eventually the game started working again, but at the same time, like, this is your first convention, like, it is
No
being
one's going
regarded
back.
as a huge, monstrous flop. The sad part is, Pokemon Go isn't really hurting, because now they've released 2 of the legendary birds. We have Articuno, we have Lugia. Yeah, that's a name. Lugia.
I
Not
know.
Lugia.
No, Lugia.
Different universe. They're all over the world, and people are going nuts. Like, I've actually gone to a couple of Pokestops, and people are flocking
Yes.
like they did in the olden days.
Everyone
to
is
these
flocking, and then they're going to get them, and then it's going to be boring again because there's nothing to look for.
stops. Exactly. It's literally like this last move of desperation. Once we get these last 3, I don't see anything. Like, I see this minor uptick, and then it's just going to crash down.
Oh,
Like,
it
This
is.
is like the final days, or the final weeks.
These are
of
the
Pokemon
death
Go.
knells. Obviously, they could not pull off a convention. It's dying. It literally is. This was the last attempt to try to get some life back into it. They failed doing that. The
Well, they've
game
gotten
is
some.
boring.
They got some, but it's only. But yeah, they bought a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have maybe put in where you could fight each other, that would be fun. Or use your Pokemon to fight the other Pokemon to get them instead of this weird. Now what's up with this weird? You do weird shapes to fling balls at people.
What? No, you mean spin ball? Like actually doing a curveball? That's been around from day
All I
one.
know is I've seen people that put it down and they do this weird question mark thing and then flip it up and it's the ball just does this
Yeah,
weird
that's a
thing.
curveball. That's been around since day one, Daniel.
How come I
Okay.
don't know how to throw a curveball?
Well, that's your fault. You spin the ball and then you fling it.
You can spin it?
You spin it, yeah. And it spins like a curveball.
That's awesome. I didn't know you could
That's-
spin the ball. I
You
just
get
thought I had
extra
to
points
flick
when
it.
You do that.
That
and
is
you're
dumb.
more likely to capture the Pokemon.
That is dumb.
It's like spin ball and bowling.
I
Which
don't.
is cool.
The ball when
know,
you
I-
bowl spins. That is natural because it's rolling across the
I'm going to
surface.
start
You do a
spinning
drop
all my
stick.
Pokemon
When you
balls now.
throw a
That's all I
Pokeball,
know.
it just floats.
I'm excited
across.
to start throwing some curveballs at
Yeah.
these Geo dudes.
Geodude. Yeah, but I think the point is, they still don't have person-to-person battles unless you go, and even going to a gym, you can put 6 Pokemon in a gym now. You can only put 1, but everybody else in your team can put up to 6. And then they're easy to knock out with one person. One person can go out and knock out the entire gym now, which is good, But at the same time, there's still no person to person. Like if I could go up to another player and just be like, fight, and actually fight, it would have something to do. If you could have trading, it would have an extra little dynamic.
The last time you were talking about it, I reinstalled it. Still no Pokemon out where I live. There is 3 gyms out there. There is no way I can defeat. They're all like 4 to 5,000 points. It's ridiculous. It's like, nope. It's just dumb. It really is.
What level are you?
22, 24, somewhere in there.
I bet you with help you could take out a gym.
No,
One of the person
not by my house. They're all high level Pokemon in these gyms.
That's the thing. With the revamping of the gym system, each time you beat a Pokemon, their levels go down. So even if you just fought the first Pokemon like 3 times and his level went down, after beating him 3 times, he's out of the gym.
But the lowest Pokemon in any of those gyms is like 3,000 or 4,000 points. I don't have a I don't even have a Pokemon over 1,600. How am I supposed to defeat something like that?
Type advantages. You can do it, Daniel. I believe in you.
No.
But
it's just annoying.
I'm still sticking with the point that this is like the last ditch ever. I believe that there will still be some people that will stay on the servers for years to come, and they're going to reach level 35, level 40, level 55. They're going to keep gaining. Nobody else is. It's going to be a minor niche that'll just disappear with time.
Huh. Well, I've just been given the warning on my computer that it's almost out of power. It's almost out of energy.
Are you saying that Pokemon Go not only crashed their convention,
it's crashing my computer. Yeah, that's what it is.
There's not another server we could plug into?
No. We're going to have to get Scott's computer.
So we're going to call this Pokemon Stop?
So this is going to be called Pokemon Go Away.
Pokemon No.
With that said, we're out of here.
Goodbye.
Pokemon.
Just because the world is without fuel doesn't mean it can't burn. Union Forest has unleashed a dragon upon the world, and it's hungry. Henry Morgan has to save his brother and face the dragon. Check out The Shadows Above the Flames, written by our very own Daniel Swinton and published by Immortal Works. You can find your copies on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or anywhere books are sold. So go get your copy today and find out what happens to Henry and Rick.